Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 8 skills that every new driver should have. In this video, I'll be going over 8 simple skills that every driver should have if they're a new driver or a beginner driver. Now let's get right into it. The first skill is speed control. It's important to know how to maintain a certain speed while driving. This is a very useful skill for the driving test, but it's also a very practical skill for everyday driving. If the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour on the road, you want to be able to maintain a good speed of, let's say, 48 to 50 kilometers an hour consistently. You want to make sure that you're able to go with the flow of traffic and at the same time maintain a good speed. So speed control and speed maintenance is the first skill. The second skill that every new driver should have is knowing their proper driving position. I've seen so many people drive like this, and so many people drive like this, really close to the wheel. You should know as a new driver the proper driving position. Not only will it help your posture and allow you to be very comfortable, super comfortable, but it will also allow you to have the best maneuverability and grip on the steering wheel. The proper driving position is important for yourself and your body, but it's also important for your actual driving ability and your driving skills. The third skill that every new driver should have is smooth braking. Now, when you're first learning to drive, it's very normal for you to be braking really hard and, have rough braking. But with that being said, as you become more experienced, as you get your license, you should master the art of smooth braking. What I would recommend is go to an empty parking lot and just practice braking at different speeds before different milestones. So say you want to brake before that parking line, you want to come to a complete stop before that parking line or parking spot, go for it and try and do it smoothly. Do it at a low speed, a medium speed, an in-between speed, and so forth. Different speeds will help you learn how to brake smoothly. The fourth skill that every new driver should have is basic on-the-road maintenance. Things like boosting your car battery, things like changing a flat tire, things like that. Basic on-the-road maintenance. Now, you can actually check your owner's manual, and it will tell you, the various things that you should know how to do for your car, how to raise the car up with a jack, how to change a flat tire, and so forth, maybe even how to boost a battery. But you can also do some research online and figure out how to do these specific things. The fifth skill that every new driver should have is know how to drive defensively. Now, let me break this down for you. Driving defensively greatly reduces the chances of you getting into an accident, which increases the safety of yourself, the pedestrians around you, and the drivers around you, and the objects around you. So with that being said, learning how to drive defensively, using those defensive driving skills is very important if you are a new driver or an experienced driver. And guess what? If you master those defensive driving skills as a new driver and you build good habits, they're going to stick with you. So that means that you're going to be a defensive driver for your entire driving career. The sixth skill that every new driver should have is knowing how to drive in road conditions that are not the best, meaning raining, snowing, icy roads, windy roads, foggy roads, low lit conditions, so, very low lighting conditions and so forth. Now, what I would recommend, depending on where you live, and, some places won't have certain conditions at all, but depending on where you live, if it's snowing outside or raining outside or windy outside, go and drive in those conditions. You need the practice. As a new driver, okay, you need to, number one, get over the fear of driving in those conditions, and one of the best ways to do that is to actually get out there and go for it. And I'm not saying just, it's a snowstorm, just go out and go on the highway. I'm saying take it slow, but start getting sort of your feet wet, for lack of better terms, in driving in those conditions. The seventh skill that every new driver should have is looking ahead. As a new driver, most new drivers look right in front of their car. They look at the car directly in front of them. They look right in front of the hood. And that's not a good way to have smooth driving and safe driving. With that being said, get into the habit of looking further ahead. You want to look further ahead while you're turning. You want to look further ahead while you're driving on a road, on the highway, on a main street, on a side street. Get into the habit of looking further ahead while still having the focus of your eyes is in front of you. You know, you're still having your peripherals look at the things in front of your car, but where you're sort of gazing is further ahead. That's a great skill for new drivers. Last but not least, the 8th skill that every new driver should have is maintaining the proper following distance. Now, this is one of the hardest skills to master as a beginner driver because, you know, when you're maintaining the proper following distance, as a new driver, it actually looks like it's a great distance. It actually looks like you're probably driving too far behind the person in front of you, but that's most likely the proper following distance. As a new driver, it looks like you're way far behind because most drivers drive too closely. So you're used to being so close to the car in front of you, and you're used to seeing that all around you, but in reality, you should be further back. So look at what the proper following distance is for the speed that you're driving at and make sure to maintain that. And that's basically it. In this video, I've gone over 8 skills that every new driver should have. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other important skills that new drivers should have? Let me know down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.